Alrighty, what's up, motherfuckers? Peter Gilmore here for a Thursday evening video right here on the Peter Gilmore YouTube wrestling channel, youtube.com/Peter Gilmore. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below on this channel and all my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, share this video all over the internet, and don't forget to tap that bell, turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And that's all you gotta do. That's it. All right, let's get sexy. All right, time to get sexy. So, grab a drink, grab whatever you want. Grab a cold drink, grab a cold beer, whatever you want. I got my drink of choice right here, baby. That's all I gotta say about that. We're gonna get drunk in this motherfucker right now. It is what it is. All right. So, whoops, I didn't want to put that up again, but it's okay. Let's get sexy again. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody had a great Thursday. Nice day here in the Northeast or wherever you may be. Hope you had a good day. And if not, well, too bad. And that's all I gotta say about that. Got an itchy bum. That's all I gotta say about that. Itchy bum in the buttocks. That's all I gotta say. All right. Tired as fuck. I want to go back to. I want to take a nap. So I'm gonna do this video and then take a nap. And then that'll probably be it for the night. But I don't know if I'll get up anytime after that. 7:30 at night. 7:31 at night on a Thursday night, July the 22nd, 2021. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and you haters know what to do. Keep rotating on my big fat dick. Keep those dislikes coming, because that's all you can do. All you can do is dislike, and you can't do a thing to me. It is what it is. But like I said, bring it on. Bring on the love. That's all I gotta say about that. Because in the end, I will have the last laugh. And you will be buried 6 feet under. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right. Anyway. All right. Let's get into it. On this Thursday evening, July the 22nd, 2021, it is time for your late and out-of-date AEW Dynamite Fyter Fest 2 review for July the 21st, 2021, from the arena in Big D, Dallas, Texas, even though they're in Garland, Texas, but it is what it is. All right. Thank you for the free view, motherfucker. But it is what it is. All right, let's get into this review. Let's not waste any more time than I already wasted. 3.5 minutes. But it is what it is. All right, so Dynamite was last night. The best show on goddamn television. But it is what it is. Damn, it is what it is. And that's all I gotta say about that. Give me 1 second. I'm getting really hot in this fucking room now. Almost dropped my shit. It is what it is. Right. Gotta put the air on because it's fucking hot. And it is what it is. Oh, my booty's itching. Ooh. Just took a mighty big dump and my booty's itching. Whew. It's hard to sit down sometimes when I take a mean old shit. But it is what it is. All right. So last night, AEW on TNT. But their second part, well, night 2 of Fyter Fest, to Texas, this time in Big D, Dallas, Texas, well, outside of Dallas, Garland, Texas, for night 2 of Fyter Fest. And once again, AEW knocked it out of the park. Big show, great show. Pretty good matches. We had the first labor of Jericho, which we'll get to in a minute, between Jericho and Shawn Spears. We'll get to that in a minute. We also had an altercation with Kenny and the Elite. Well, so the Bucks weren't there, which sucked, but it is what it is. So Kenny and Hangman Adam Page and the Dark Order once again had a little tussle, if you will, going into their big time match next week at Fight for the Fallen, which will be in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's Flair country for you dumb people at home. So got that, and there's some other good matches, but the main match on the night was for the IWGP United States title in a Texas death match between Lance Archer, the Murder Hawk Lance Archer, everybody dies, and the IWGP United States champion John Moxley to end the show. And that's that. And also a little bit of progression and a little bit of storyline and what matches will be next week or this coming Wednesday in Charlotte for Fight for the Fallen, as AEW continues its tour around the South. Like I said, next week they'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina for Fight for the Fallen, and then after that, August 4th, they'll be back home in Daly's Place for AEW Homecoming, where we'll see, for the first time ever, Cody Rhodes and Malachi Black one-on-one. That should be a great match in front of the hometown fans in Jacksonville, Florida, at Daly's Place for AEW Homecoming on August the 4th. And then after that, back on the road again is what it is. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. No, it's not beer. Scotch. All right. So, we got that. All right, so let's get into the show. The show was, like I said, very good. The ratings are out already, and AEW went over 1 million again, a little bit down from last week. Not much. They lost like 100,000 views. But still, over 1 million views for Dynamite for the second week in a row. The official rating is 1.129, I believe. So still above 1 million, 1.1 if you want to round it up. 1.1 million views with a 0.44 in the demo. So I tied last week's demo. But still, pretty good show. And I think next week in Charlotte, I think we'll do another 1 million. Maybe go up a little bit, but we'll see. Because now August is coming, and they're going back to Jacksonville on August the 4th for Homecoming. And then after that, it'll probably be around the middle of America. I think they're coming to Cincinnati. They're coming to Pittsburgh. That's Dr. Britt Baker, GMD. That's where she lives. Where she's from. You know, she lives with Mr. Adam Cole, baby. But you know that. But you knew that already. Yeah, it's going back to Pittsburgh, and in September they're gonna come around my neck of the woods. In Jersey, Newark, New Jersey, at the Prudential Center, September the 15th, and for the first time ever in New York City, at Arthur Ashe Stadium for Dynamite Grand Slam, September the 22nd, which I don't even know that many tickets are left still. I think it's just about sold out, but we'll see what happens with that. Your boy got it. Yeah, I might be in attendance on September the 22nd for Dynamite. And we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on. We'll move on with that. All right. Somebody who is going to Dynamite on the 22nd of September is this guy, Mr. Nick Infante 92. He says hello. Oh, he says hi. Hi. What's up, Nick? How you doing on this Thursday evening, July the 22nd, 2021? And that's it. Hope you're doing good. And hopefully that's pretty much it. So we got that, and so like I said, AEW did a 1.1 in the ratings last night, and looking to be doing some good shit. We had a couple of debuts last night, an old fart and a deathmatch legend. And I'll get to that in a minute. But first, I want to, I mentioned it last night on my NXT review about the whole thing with AEW possibly signing Daniel Bryan. Yes, and a good buddy, CM Punk. Well, I'm here to give you some updates on that before we get into the nitty gritty. Well, it looks like Daniel Bryan has signed with AEW. The deal is just about done, but it is done. So we just don't know when he will show up. But Daniel Bryan has signed with the WWE. WWE does not want to do anything else with him. Basically, he's off their WWE alumni page and all that other shit. So, so he is all elite right now. That's big. All the matches you can think of, right now are going to be coming your way by the end of this year and going into next year. I don't know how many years he signed. It was a 1-year deal or it was a multi-year deal. But anyway, Bryan Danielson, or Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him, even though he's going to be known as Bryan Danielson in AEW, he has signed with AEW. He's got full creative control, as far as I know. So he can do whatever the hell he wants and go wherever he wants. So, yep, that forbidden door has opened up a little bit more. Yeah, so Bryan can debut. I don't know when he's going to debut. I would think in the next coming weeks, or at All Out in Chicago. I think it would be better for him to be in a big crowd in Chicago instead of like a measly 10,000 people crowd in like Charlotte, North Carolina. But yeah, Bryan Danielson is all elite, my friends. And Vince is fucked. But all these freaking marks are coming out. Oh, Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, they aren't gonna draw. They're not gonna draw. They got old farts there now. Like Matt Hardy and Sting and Christian Cage. They can't draw. Kenny Omega can't draw. They can only get 1.1 million views. Yet the only way that Raw and SmackDown can get ratings now is if they bring back old timers like Goldberg and John Cena. And the Raw rating went up from 1.6 to 1.9. Woo! They should have popped at least 2 million. At least 2 million for Monday Night Raw. Did they? No, 1.9. They didn't go up that much. Yeah, but Cena's going to be on the show on tomorrow night. They're expecting 2.5 million, but I doubt they'll get 2.5 million. I would say between 2.1 and maybe 2.4. I don't think they'll do 2.5. Even with Cena and Roman in the same building tomorrow. And maybe Edge. But who knows? who knows with that. So, but still, you have to bring back freaking Oldberg and Cena that get ticket sales and a proper rating. That's great. Same old fucking shit with the WWE. They don't build stars. They have to bring back 55-year-old Bill Goldberg and 40-something-year-old John Cena. Just to pop ratings. They can't build on their up-and-coming stars. Like a Matt Riddle or a Keith Lee or a Damian Priest. Same fucking people. Same fucking people with the belt. Oldberg's gonna beat Lashley. I would hope Lashley whips Goldberg's ass. That'd be nice. And then Big E cashes in on him. So at least we have a new, fresh champion. Going through the rest of this year. Instead of the same old boring people like Orton, Drew, Lashley. On the women's side, Charlotte, horseface Charlotte. She's getting the belt back next week from Nikki Ashhole until Becky comes back, which will probably be at SummerSlam. But it's the same freaking cycle with the women. Same thing. It's not horseface Charlotte, it's Becky. It's not Becky, it's horseface. It's not horseface, it's probably Asuka or Rhea at this point. But Rhea Ripley, she went from being, having her great moment at WrestleMania with Ash Costello and New Year's Day playing her theme and everything. She got her moment. She beat Asuka. Blah, blah. She's the Raw Women's Champion. And who did she get fed to? Horseface Charlotte. That's just great. Now look at Rhea Ripley now. The same predicament as Asuka. Obscurity and probably getting a ticket to Titus Catering. Asuka doesn't need a ticket to Titus Catering. She makes her own food. If you follow her YouTube channel, she makes a mean steak. Today on Kanachan TV, Yokato. Today we make Hamburg steak and hot dog with sausage on my little grill. It's going to taste amazing. I'm gonna eat it with Peter Gilmore, and you're gonna have sushi later after that too. Ha! Okay, maybe not. But still, yeah. I would love to eat lunch or dinner with Asuka. And have a nice dessert, if you know what I mean. Give her my cream. Ha! Her and Io. Io, we don't have to have dinner. We just have Netflix and chill. Just hang out. I'll just hang out with Io on the couch, and then Io's like, I like cats. It's just I like pussy too. Pussycats, that is. And then I'll have my own sushi. It is what it is. And Kyrie too. Can't forget Kyrie. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. After that, I'll go to Sasha Banks' house and have some I don't know. I go to Sasha Banks and Charlie Caruso's house and have a mean steak. And then a nice makeout session, and that's it. And then after that, if I'm still, I still have the stamina, I'll go over to Melissa Santos' house, when Brian Cage is away, and have some, have some beans and rice. Beans and rice with Melissa Santos. And that's it. Maybe she'll invite Thunder Rosa. Who knows? By the way, happy birthday to Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa's birthday's today. So happy birthday to Thunder Rosa real name Melanie Cervantes. And by the way, speaking of Thunder Rosa, she is now All Elite. She has signed a contract, and she is exclusive to All Elite Wrestling. Yeah, that's awesome. I think she'll still be with the NWA, so I think Tony will let her, she'll let her go to the NWA for the Empower pay-per-view. The women's pay-per-view the night before NWA 73, which I don't even know if she's on that either. And then she has her own promotion, Mission Pro Wrestling, which is based out of Texas, but I think it goes on the road too. But still, yeah. But Thunder Rosa is now All Elite. That's awesome. So another addition to the All Elite women's roster that is actually now signed with All Elite. All the other women they have, that's on, Dark and Elevation and soon to be Rampage, have not signed. They're just, I think, on a pay per appearance thing, like Julia Hart and Kylie King and Alex Gracia, among others that have been on Dark, on Elevation and Dark, and soon to be Rampage. Most of them are not signed. They're just in AEW, just not signed to a contract. But I think they soon will be. I think somebody like Kylie King will probably be signed. Julia Hart, I think she will be signed. I mean, if the Varsity Blondes, Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. are now All Elite, they have signed a contract. I mean, I don't even know, but Julia Hart should get a contract too. She is their cheerleader / manager / whatever she is. But still, I give one to Kylie King. I'd probably give one to Diamante if they can find her. And all the other ones that have wrestled on Dark and Elevation. That women's roster is huge. Not Nyla Rose huge, but I'm talking about it's massive. But it is what it is. Tony Khan got that money. He can just sign anybody off the street, Even the people from Ring of Honor probably too. And I would say, well, I get Japan. I don't know if Yuna Sakazawa, whatever her name is, signed. As far as I know, I don't know about Serena Deeb comes and goes between NWA and AEW. Who else? Rio, little young Rio, comes and goes between Japan and AEW. And that's that. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. But Daniel Bryan in AEW, Vince is shaking in his boots right now. His 75-year-old boots. And that's that. So Daniel Bryan's gonna be debuting pretty soon. I don't know when. Just have to, wait. I'm thinking it's gonna be in Chicago, but that's all I gotta say about that. And another guy that may be appearing for AEW, and his deal is just about done from what Ringside News, RingsideNews.com said, and my good buddy fan of YouTube said today in his video that our good buddy Phil Brooks, otherwise known as CM Punk, still talking with AEW, and the deal is just about done. Now, I don't know if Tony and Cody and company are going to give him creative control, kind of like what Daniel Bryan and Andrade have. He can basically do whatever he wants. I don't know what kind of money he's getting, but he's talking to AEW. Now, he has talked to AEW before in the past, and he kind of shooed away Tony. I think Tony's first offer. But now it looks like Tony gave him a better offer, and Punk's listening. Hopefully, soon to be putting pen to paper, and he will be officially signed to AEW, and else in Chicago where he lives. Don't be surprised if like at the end of the show, like I keep mentioning, Kenny's out. He's the Bullet Club are beating up somebody, and then the lights go out. Then we hear and then Bryan Danielson comes out, and the fans go completely nuts. But then he's outnumbered by the Bullet Club and everybody. Then the lights go out again, and then you hear the music of Cult of Personality, and then Punk comes out to a humongous pop. Punk comes out with AJ Lee. That would be awesome. Or Punk just comes out himself. AJ doesn't really have to come out, but should probably be in the building, but probably won't come out. So Punk comes out, and him and Danielson and whoever's getting beat up, they just maybe it was Adam Page or somebody, just beat the living crap out of the Elite. That'll be awesome to end the pay-per-view. And then the next on the Wednesday after on the September the 8th show for Dynamite, you have Punk and Danielson come out and says we're all elite, and then maybe Punk cuts another quick bomb promo and just tells Vince to shut the fuck up. We're taking over now. And then next thing you know, you have some great freaking dream matches. Kenny and Punk, Kenny and Danielson, Cody and Punk, Cody and Bryan Danielson. Just some awesome stuff you could have. And then Punk could go to Japan if you wanted to. Punk could go to Impact. Not that I think you want to. Punk could go to back to Ring of Honor. I mean, the door is open still for him and Danielson to go back to Ring of Honor. That door is still open. And Bryan Danielson could go back to Japan. He can go to Japan and have epic matches with Okada and Naito and maybe Tanahashi, Evil and Sonata and Ibushi. Just go completely berserk. I'm gonna say right now, I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I don't know, this may or may not happen, so take this with a grain of salt, Nick, and whoever else is watching along. Take this with a grain of salt. Okay? My prediction for Wrestle Kingdom 16, coming up in January of 2022. It's gonna be a 2-night show, as always. I would say on night 1 or night 2, we will see Bryan Danielson return to New Japan. And who will we face? That's up to you to decide. I would love for him to go against Ibushi or Okada. Whip that candy ass. But he has to come out the final countdown if he works in Japan. Yeah, and he has to, hopefully Tony can get the rights to final countdown and excuse me, by Europe, and he can get the rights to Cult of Personality. I really don't want to hear Punk with some generic theme. Or he comes back with his Kill Switch Engage theme. Yeah, what was it called? Fire Burns, or what was it called? I forget what it's called. But yeah, if you can get those two themes for Punk and Bryan, that'd be great. I mean, he's got the money. But I mean, he used for Moxley, he used Wild Thing that Mr. Onita used to use. He used it for what, two weeks, and then that's it. I guess Tony Khan's like, I don't have the money for this. It is what it is, and that's all I can say about that. So Punk and Danielson could be at All Out September the 5th in Chicago. Danielson probably will be there. He's already signed. As far as Punk goes, almost done. We're just going to wait in the next couple weeks to see what happens with Bryan Danielson and CM Punk. Now the question is, with I can't talk. With Danielson signing, there is a chance that the Bella Sluts might be coming to AEW. No! Please no. Let them stay in WWE. Let them stay. I don't want them near. I really don't want them in AEW. I really don't. Especially Brie. Just let them just stay home in Phoenix or Seattle, wherever you two sluts live, and just be parents, to Birdie and Bundy, whatever the other one, Birdie and Brie and what's Brie's other kid's name? It's Birdie and Buddy or something like that. And Nikki's got Mateo, with Artem, everything, blah 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 blah. But yeah, if the Bella Sluts want to come back, why don't you just come? Excuse me. Let them come to WWE, win the women's tag team belts, stay there for a year, then kick them out. That's all I say. Don't bring them to AEW. I don't want them sniffing the AEW women's locker room. It is what it is, and that's that. Buddy Dessert? That what you said, Nick? What is it? Buddy Dessert or Desert? No, Buddy Dessert, I guess it's called. That's the second kid, right? That's Bree's second baby. Buddy. Who comes up with these names? Why can't you just have a traditional name like Nicholas or Peter? No, strong names. Successful names. Instead of having Birdie and Buddy. Sounds like a freaking video game name. It came out like the Adventures of Link or something like that. Like a Zelda game or a Final Fantasy game. Young Dragon Knight Cedric and Queen Mary had a kid, and the kid's name is Buddy. It is what it is. I mean, if you played Final Fantasy, you know the crazy names they have. Noctis. Sephiroth. That's not even his real name. If you played Final Fantasy VII and the remake, you know what Sephiroth's real name is. I'm not going to tell you. You have to play the game. It is what it is. But in Zelda they had crazy weird names. Who names their daughter Zelda? And who names their son Link? Really? Then again, people are weird. They'll name their kids, just weird, creepy names like Buddy or Birdie or let's go Fiona Apple. Oh no, was it Fiona Apple or was it I forget who it was. They named their kid Apple. Okay. No disrespect to the African American community. I love you all. You're my family dog, But yeah, the black community names their kids weird names like here's my baby Shaquana, Shanae, just weird, freaky names. Anywhere, any place has weird names. Even It's the Chinese, there's the Orientals, the Asians and the Koreans. It's got weird freaking names. I was watching Russell Peters on Netflix. That was last night or the night before with the missus, and he's talking to a guy in the audience. He's like, I think it was a Chinese guy. He's like, "What's your name?" Dong Sok Kun, something like that. Some weird Chinese name. Dong Sok Kun. It is what it is. I mean, people just name them off the top of their head. Back in my day, my dad said he wanted to name me Leroy. Leroy Gilmore. Nah, it doesn't roll off the tongue. Like savage animal, But yeah, I mean, if you want to have a kid, you better have a strong name, like a Peter or Nicholas or Michael, Sean, Christopher, stuff like that. Good names, not weird fucking names. From the Bible or something like that. My son's name is Amos. Or Jeremiah. No, Jeremiah is a cool name, but then again, you get if your name is Jeremiah, you get the teasing. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. Was a good friend of mine. I used to have a coworker named Jeremiah. And I kept singing that song every day to him. Every time he came in, it was like, "Hey Jeremiah, what happened to that bullfrog?" He's like, "What are you talking about, the bullfrog?" It's like I thought I told you. You were a bullfrog in another life, and you were a good friend of mine. He's like, "Damn, 3 Dog Night, you gotta love them." And if you don't like 3 Dog Night, well, there's something wrong with you. But yeah, I mean, I don't care what you name your kids, but name something cool, something I can actually pronounce. Especially all you fine, classy people from the Orient and Japan and Korea. Don't name your son Yujiro or something like that. Or just some weird name I cannot pronounce. His name is Hontonki Sasuke. What? Sujipi Sabazui or something like that. I mean, just name your kids normal. It is what it is, It is what it is, Back in my day, when I wanted to have kids, not that I want kids now, but it is what it is. Well, another kid, but back when I was a little bit, I was a youngster, 10, 20 years ago, when I was thinking of maybe having kids for my first girlfriend, we were thinking of names and stuff, like, what are we gonna name our kids? And I'm like, obviously, I told my girlfriend at the time, it's like, okay, we have kids, this is how it's gonna go. First kid that comes out, it's a boy, we're gonna name it John. Second, if it's a girl, we're naming her Kelly. Why, you may ask? Because of the Osbournes. Because, I'm the illegitimate lost son of Ozzy Osbourne. Oh, absolutely. So yeah, I was gonna name my kids after the Osbournes. Would be a girl, be Kelly. Be a boy, name it John. So that's Ozzy's name, John Michael Osbourne. That's what it is. My first one son would be named John Michael Gilmore. And then the girl will be Kelly Michelle Gilmore. It is what it is. By the way, speaking of Kelly Osbourne, she lost a dog today. Damn. I might have to travel to LA and she might have to come around come up around here and I have to console her, if you know what I mean. I'm sorry about your dog. Then next thing you know, bang, 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 bang. She'll forget about her dog real quick. But yeah, so yeah, Kelly Osbourne lost her dog Polly today. You know, she was on Instagram. Then she said she's gonna take some time off now because basically she lost her best friend, and I don't know how she's gonna live without her. So it is what it is. So my thoughts and prayers go to my girl Kelly Osbourne. And that's all I gotta say about that. All right, we move on. All right, so what was I talking about? I forgot. Oh yeah, so yeah, going back to the whole Punk Danielson thing. Yeah, so Brian Danielson's basically all elite now, and now we're just waiting for a good buddy CM Punk to sign, put pen to paper, and we could probably be seeing both at All Out 3 in Chicago. And then I would love for Punk to just rip off a fucking promo, pipe bomb promo on Vince and company, just another one. And then AJ Lee will become all elite and just really give that women's division a good kick in the you-know-what. Because then we can see AJ Lee, against Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. I would pay to see that. AJ versus Thunder Rosa. AJ versus Hikaru Shida. Basically, AJ versus anybody would be a great match. So we'll be looking at, that ass. That's it. But just keep the Bellas away from AEW and society. Let them be mothers to their kids, and that's it. Just let them stay home. And that's that. And we'll see. We'll see what happens. What happens with that? All right. Oh God. All right. So okay. All right. So after that, so that's the big news for all you AEW fans. Like I said, they got a 1.1 rating last night for Fyter Fest 2. We'll see what happens next week at Fight for the Fallen in Charlotte. And the other big news for AEW is Brian Danielson has signed with AEW, and Punk is not too far behind. So Vince, you are fucked. And all you WWE marks and AEW haters, you know what you can do? Suck it, suck it, suck it, suck it. That's it. That's all you can do. That's all you AEW haters and WWE marks can do. Suck it. That's all I gotta say about that. I guarantee that when Punk and Danielson, Danielson sign, when Punk signs, they're gonna pop at least 1.5 or up. At least. And if Raw continues to stink, when after SummerSlam, because they're not gonna get Goldberg and Cena anymore. Raw's ratings gonna go back down. Now with AEW, their ratings gonna go up, like my dick in your mom's ass. They're gonna pop a 1.3. They could pop a 1.4 or 1.5. And then everybody's saying, oh, AEW's WCW 2.0. They're getting all the old timers, They can't draw anymore. At least they can still wrestle and keep you entertained. Unlike 55-year-old Oberg, who's there once and go bye-bye. And Cena, he's there for maybe a couple weeks. Bye-bye, go back to do Fast and Furious 10. Because that's what he's doing. He's going to be in Fast and Furious 10 and 11, which is the last one. As far as The Rock goes, nope, he will not be in Final Fantasy. The Rock won't be in F10 or 11. The Rock's not going to be in Fast and Furious 10. So, he's getting ready to possibly be at WrestleMania. Well, I don't know if he's going to be at WrestleMania 38 at this point. They're talking about Roman and The Rock at WrestleMania 38. But from what I'm hearing, it might be Roman versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 38 in Big Dallas with Stone Cold. Stone Cold as the host, and possibly the Undertaker, maybe headlining the Hall of Fame. I mean, he does live in Texas, so why not? But The Rock may or may not be at WrestleMania 38. He'll probably be at the Survivor Series in November if it's in the Barclays Center, which we still don't know where it's going to be yet. But they're thinking of having it maybe at the Barclays Center. So, and The Rock might be there. So, who knows? Who knows? That's all I can say about it. But thank you for the free views, fuckers. Got to mention that. All right, let's get out of that and get to some. Let's get to some. Let's get to the chat and everything, and you can all free. You can come on in, say what you got to say, and then we'll get back to Dynamite. All right, Nick's in the chat as always. Amazing show last night from Dynamite, of course. Like I said, 1.1 in the rating. Daniel Bryan to AEW, amazing news. You're damn right it is. Punk is on his way too. Just have to put pen to paper and that's it. Titus Catering was where Rhea Ripley will be making shrimps on the Barbie. Oh, I forgot she was Australian. She can she'll put some shrimp on the Barbie, or maybe she'll find some geckos. Put them on the Barbie too. Or maybe some kangaroos. I don't know. Who knows? Or making Outback Steakhouse food. I thought that's what Oscar makes. She makes Outback Steakhouse food. But it is what it is. But like I said, I still love to have dinner with or lunch or dinner, or maybe dessert with Oscar, Kyrie, Io, Charlie Kivuso, Sasha, Melissa Santos. Maybe Scarlett Bordeaux. Who knows? As long as Killer Cross stays like 100,000 feet away from me, so I can hug that sweet body. I've done it before at a WrestlePro show. Took a picture of her, both hugging each other. I was scared at first of like, can I actually hug you? She's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, you sure? Mr. Cross is not around here, and he's hiding in the bathroom, trying to kill me or something after the show or something like that. She's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, okay. Took a hug, got a hug and a smoochie from Scarlett Bordeaux. Because I'm Mr. VIP and you're not. It is what it is. That's why I get smoochies from Maria Brink and Ash Costello and most of the women's wrestlers I meet. Melina gave me a smoochie. Charlie Caruso gave me a smoochie. Who else gave me a smoochie? What's her name? K-Trade gave me a smoochie. Nikki Adams gave me a smoochie. Who are those chicks with Anthony Green? The Hollywood. Nick knows it. He gave it to me before, and I can't remember it. Those two chicks that came out with Anthony Green at a WOW show. Was it the Hollywood Blondes? Not the Hollywood Blondes. What am I thinking of Hollywood Blondes? The Platinum Blondes. That's what. Don't tell me. I knew it now. I know you're gonna write. You're about to write it. I see. I sense these things. The Platinum Blondes. They gave me a hug and smoochie. It is what it is. But it it is what it is, and that's it. Because the ladies love Peter Gilmore. Oh, it's true. It's true. What do you think? I'm with who? It's my health? No. All right. Platinum Bunnies. Why did I say the Platinum Blondes? Platinum Bunnies, Platinum Blondes. What else? What else? They're two hot chicks. That's all I got to say about that. All right. Let's move on from there. Oops, I missed the comment. All right, now CM Punk signs with AEW. That would be amazing. It's probably going to be amazing because it's about to happen. Let's move on. Bunny Dessert is Bree's second kid. Buddy. You know she's gonna get teased, and when she grows up, she's gonna go to school, and the kid's gonna tease her. Hey, buddy, what's up there, buddy? Hey, buddy, how you doing, buddy? That's why they should change their names now to something like Peter or Jessica or something like that. Cool names. You know, it is what it is. Nick says they named their daughter after the little red bus from the train show. What train show? It is what it is. All right. Enough about that. All right. Let's get to Fyter Fest Night 2. And that's it. All right. So we start off Dynamite, Fyter Fest. Hot out of the gate. Match number 1, the first labor of Jericho. No, he's got 5. Well, he's got 4, and then he gets MJF if he wins all 4. He beats all 4 labors of Jericho. Then he'll get MJF probably at All Out in a stipulation of MJF's choosing, which will probably be if Jericho does not beat him, he leaves or whatever. Probably a loser leave. Probably if Jericho doesn't win, he has to leave AEW for good and wrestling for good, like a career match or something like that. But it is what it is. So Jericho, his first show, he faces Shawn Spears, as announced last week, and messed up his. So get the match on Jericho. Comes out to piss Tony Baloney off. Why not? So we had Aubrey Edwards as the ref. Jericho could not use the chair. So that's that. But match was decent. It was all right. So it's also with Spears trying to use the chair. Jericho kicks her away. Then he hits Spears with a right hand. And some pops in the corner. Then Spears no, can't do that. No, get the good old fala treatment. No. I don't understand what Jose. Good lord. Well, because I guess now because the same. Anyway, so Aubrey takes the chair away from Mr. Jericho. This causes Spears to send Jericho in the corner. Jericho flies out with a clothesline, then sends Spears off the apron to the outside. Then Jericho chases him on the outside, hits a right hand, then a big chop. So he's having fun with the fans and everything. Sends Spears into the barricade, grabs the camera, and so, what are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing, Jericho? Scanning. If you never saw Spaceballs, you get that reference. What are you doing? Scanning. What else am I doing? Dumbass. Anyway, the Schwartz. So he's scanning the crowd. Then he takes the camera and he takes a selfie with the camera, with the cam. Then kicks Spears as Tully Blanchard watches on, because there's that ringside, of course. Then goes in the ring. He slaps Spears right in the face as he grabs the chair. Spears is on the apron. Jericho tries to hop off the corner with a drop kick, the springboard drop kick he usually hits, but Spears throws it right in his face. Ow. Then some ground and pound from Spears, punching him in the head, and a stomp on the forehead. Then he grabs the chair and uses it because he is the chairman of the board, if you will. Jericho chops away, then hits an easy, goes to the top. Spears flies up, hits a belly to belly off the top rope for a near fall. Then he grabs Jericho's bad arm around the ring post, grabs the chair, smacks Jericho's arm, just smashes that bad arm that he had since Blood and Guts. So he just smashes it, and he's like, ugh! He had an orgasm or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, they go back in the ring. Spears tries for a splash. Jericho runs out in the corner, hits a shoulder block. Then another one. They go off the Jericho, ends up on the apron. Excuse me. Goes up, waits, and drops the axe handle. Sends Spears in the corner, another chop. And then Jericho goes up, goes, come on, baby! And he starts going pounding, mounting him, punching him. 1, 2, 3, 10. I think crowd chants along. Then he hits a super Kanrana off the top rope. 50-year-old Jericho is still doing a super Kanrana. That's pretty cool. He then runs right into a kick to the chin by Spears, who covers him for a near fall. Then Spears chair. Waits for Jericho, or in the spine. He sweeps the leg down your son. Then he locks him in the walls of Jericho. He has him in, but then Tully Blanchard gets on the apron to distract Aubrey Edwards. We see Spears tapping very lightly. Then we see him grab the chair. Jericho sees it. Then as Tully continues to argue with Aubrey, out comes the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, pulls Tully off the apron, and then they're going up the ramp, and Tully shows Sammy. Sammy ducks a punch, and tells Tully to get to stepping, old man. So takes him out of the match. Jericho turns Spears. Spears hits him hard with the chair. Ow. Then he picks him up, hits 4, which is like a that movie hit back at NXT, the Tiebreaker or whatever it's called. Anyway, looks like he was about to beat Jericho, and Jericho kicked out at and Spears is like, what do I gotta do? So he tries to go for another C4, but he wants to do it on the chair this time. So he picks up Jericho, jumps over, sends Spears into the exposed chair in the corner. Spears hits his head. Hits his head. Then he turns around and Jericho hits the Judas Effect elbow, which he hasn't hit in a while. Goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3. Chris Jericho gets the win, and he has won the first labor of Jericho. A pretty decent match. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars. Almost an 11-minute match, and that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. All right, so Jericho wins the first labor, and he goes on to labor number 2, which will be next week. But who is his opponent? We don't know. But our good buddy MJF, he will tell us. He gets all commentary. He's pissed. Says, cut Jericho's music. Cut the music. So he congratulates Jericho. He has passed the number 1. He passed number 1, the first labor of Jericho. But of course, you needed to help. But you won, but you got help from your glorified young boy Sammy the Simp Guevara. Wow. Anyway, so MJ says, if anyone helps you in the future, our deal is off. Means if Sammy Guevara or LAX, Santana Ortiz or Jake Hager get involved, or even Sammy Guevara himself, or anybody for that matter, I guess, he cannot face. He loses the labors of Jericho, and the deal. His match with MJF in the future. So that's that. So brings him to next week at Fight for the Fallen, and it'll be the second labor of Jericho. So he tells Jericho, says, since you don't obey the rules, we're gonna have a no disqualification match. Okay. So I'm thinking, okay, he's probably gonna have it with Wardlow or somebody else. When instead of Wardlow, he says, Jericho, you're gonna have a no disqualification match with a man that really doesn't give a fuck about the rules. So he says, Jericho, get ready for this, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you sit down. Jericho's opponent next week at Fight for the Fallen is the deathmatch GCW heavyweight champion himself, Mr. MDK all day, every day, Nick freaking Gage. Completely berserk. I was like, ah! So, Gage comes out, just like, the crowd's like, who the fuck's this guy? Didn't really get a reaction. He comes out, trying to get the crowd, pumped up. Excalibur's having an orgasm, and freaking Gage comes out with his pizza cutter, and then we see Jericho's like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. Yeah, you think? Nick Gage is gonna whip your ass. You're gonna win, but he's still gonna whip that ass. That's all I can say about that. So, labor number 2 next week, no disqualification. Nick freaking Gage against Chris Jericho, and it's going to be a bloodbath. And I swear, there's no or fire or glass. It's going to be a pretty match. If there's no barbed wire boards, there's no glass, light tubes, fire, anything that Nick Gage can do. He'll bring the pizza cutter. We don't know that. I mean, you gotta bring the light tubes next week, dude. Come on. But as we know, Tony Khan's like, that's too violent. Oh yeah, and exploding barbed wire is not violent. All right. Okay. So bring light tubes next week. Okay. Please. And the glass. And whatever else you can get from the GCW catalog. Or the ICW catalog for that matter, too. That's it. And I can't wait for next week. Nick freaking Gage against Chris Jericho. I can't wait for that. Nick freaking Gage. Or as another guy said, Nick Cage. The guy with the tiny little cock. Nick Cage. I bet you he doesn't even know who Nick Gage is. Says, oh, I saw him in the death match. Yeah, you saw him on Dark Side of the Ring. You know nothing about him. Dumbass. Go play with your 100,000 subscribers. Nick Cage. Like, Nick Cage is a freaking, he's an actor. Not Nick freaking Gage. Two different guys. Nick Cage is not the same as Nick freaking Gage. Okay? So, yeah. Shut up, Mr. Prolific. That's all I got to say about that. Nick Gage is going to kill Jericho next week. That's all I got to say about that. And we'll move on from that. All right. Match number 2 on the night. The Elite Hunter, Frankie Kazarian, takes on one of the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows. Wasn't anything great. Like a 6.5 minute suck fest. So it starts with Kaz rushing Gallows in the corner, hitting some moves, chops him down. But Luke's a big man and no-sells everything, whips Kaz in the corner, goes for a splash and missed it. Kaz goes to the top, dives off with a missile drop kick. Then he tries to run at Gallows again, but runs right into a big old boot. And then Luke sends Kaz flying. He launched him to the outside. and then Rick Knox has to hold him back as Carl Anderson on the outside uses distraction. They had a clothesline on Kaz as we go to picture in picture. We come back. Kaz has Mr. Gallows reeling, and Carl Anderson hops on the apron, knocks him from behind with a back suplex on Gallows, springboard turn, and a leg drop for a near fall. And then Kaz wants the chicken wing. He wants the cross-race chicken wing, and Knox gets distracted again. I think with Mr. Anderson. And then Luke Gallows with a roundhouse kick to the head. Then he picks him up. Boom! Powerbomb by Mr. Gallows. 1, 2, 3. So Luke Gallows gets the win thanks to his little buddy called Machine Anderson. The Impact. By the way, the new, two-time Impact Tag Team Champions, if I got to mention that. So one of the Good Brothers get the win. So match gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. Blah 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 blah. After the match, Anderson and Gallows are about to attack, but then out comes the AEW World Heavyweight Champion Kenny Omega with his best friend Don Callis. They go to the ring. Don points to Kaz, said, "This is what happens when you mess with the Elite and Kenny Omega." So Kenny gets the mic and says, "Welcome to my humble abode," said the spider to the fly. So Kenny, says that the Elite Hunter has now become the Elite Hunted, as Gallows and Anderson hold Kaz up like he's Jesus, his arms outstretched. Kenny's about to hit him with a belt. Then out comes Hangman Adam Page with a cup of whiskey and maybe some Coke. I don't know. But, good choice. He gets in the ring. He drinks it. So Don's like, 1, 2, 3, 4. He helps Page to count, saying this is a 4-on-1. And Don's like, "Are you guys stupid or drunk?" Obviously, he's drunk. So Page punches Gallows, then Anderson, as Kenny leaves the ring. Well, Gallows can come back. They double team Page, but out comes the Dark Order. Well, most of them. They all come out. They rush the ring. They send Gallows out of the ring. And then Anderson gets into a battle with the Beaver Boys, Alex Reynolds, and Johnny Hungy, John Silver. And then we get the buckshot lariat from Adam Page to knock Anderson out of the ring. So Page and the Dark Order get the upper hand as they go into their 10-man elimination week at Fyter. We got the against I got Kenny, the Good Brothers, and the Bucks taking on Adam Page and 4 members of the Dark Order, which will probably be, I would think, John Silver, the Beaver Boys, and the Super Smash Brothers, Evil Uno, and Stu Grayson. So I don't think 5 and 10 will be involved. I really don't think so. But and Colt Commander Stick won't be there either. His title match probably at All Out. I don't think it'll be at Homecoming. I would think it'll be at All Out, and that's probably where who, and then who comes in. Danielson and maybe Punk, and that's it. And we'll see what happens with that. As we move on. So I gave the aftermath of that 3.5 out of 5 stars, and we move on from it. All right, let's get to. That's it. All right. After that, we go to Dasha Fuentes, or whatever her name is. Dasha looking pretty hot. She's with the Machine, Brian Cage. She shows him on the screen. It's a video from Team Taz. So basically, it was Ricky Starks, with the new FTW champion, basically saying, "I'm better than you, this and that," and we're gonna have a big old celebration next week in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we come back, and Cage is like, "Ooh, good. I love celebrations." So we see what happens with that. Looks like Cage is gonna, continue this boring as fuck feud with Ricky Starks. It is what it is. Cage said in an interview he didn't want to be on Team Taz. When he came to AEW. I just don't know why Taz, came out with him. When he debuted at Double or Nothing 2 years ago. I thought it was just going to come out and just beat Brian Cage like he was in Lucha Underground and Impact. I just don't understand why you're putting with Taz of all people. But now he's by himself. He's going to be the Machine. And this could be it. Hopefully he gets the TNT title or the world title. I'd rather have him with a TNT title, but here's just what it is. That's that. All right, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. All right, match number 3 as we go back to the arena in Dallas. Match number 3, we have Wheeler Yuta. Part of the Best Friends. Give me a hug. As our good buddy Orange Cassidy comes out with him. He takes on our good buddy Darby Allin, who was kind of still recovering from last week's coffin match against All Ego Ethan Page. He got his ribs all taped up. And he comes out with the man called Sting. So Sting's out there. That was kind of cool. This match is all right. Nothing great. They go at it right away. You're getting the upper hand. Darby drop kicks him out of the corner. He stomps on his hand. Gets a good old-fashioned headlock. Looks for a suplex. Yuta bounces Darby off the top rope on the mat for a near fall. Goes to the corner, attacks the ribs, the injured ribs, with a couple of right hands. Darby reverses with some chops to the chest. Goes for Irish whip against reverse. Darby kicks out of the corner. Yuta pulls his legs out. Darby falls to the mat. And then Yuta locks in an octopus hold. Drives the elbow into the ribs. Ouch. Then he grabs the waist. Ouch. But Yuta goes to the outside. He hangs on. They go back in. German suplex by Yuta with a bridge for a near fall. Then Yuta goes to the top rope. Darby gets up and crotches Yuta. Nuts! Ooh. Darby locks the head, and we get a superplex as both men go down, and referee's counting. And on the outside, we have a great interaction with Orange Cassidy and Sting. They're staring each other down. So Sting holds his hands, like he has his hands up, puts them in his pocket, and Orange Cassidy's doing the same thing. And then they're doing the kicks of doom. And then about to back up, about to super kick each other. They kind of super kick each other in the knee and stuff. That was hilarious. And then they do that, and then Sting's like, whoa! I thought like Cassie was gonna do. That was funny as fuck. You don't see WWE doing stuff like that, but it is what it is. So that was awesome. Anyway, in the ring, Yuta hits a crucifix for a near fall. Almost beat Darby. While Sting was playing around with Orange Cassidy. I like that. Yuta with another fruit roll up, but Darby comes from behind. Then he comes over, hits the Osaka Street Kata with a stunner, whatever. Then he goes to the top rope, hits the coffin drop. 1, 2, 3. Darby Allin picks up another win, and that's pretty much it. Pretty decent match. Gave 5 stars. And the match lasted a good old-fashioned blunt. Lasted 4 minutes and 20 seconds. So grab your blunt. I don't have a blunt, but weed the people. It is what it is. One of my friends on Facebook said I should smoke some cannabis, some weed. Not going to do it. Unless it's medical marijuana, maybe. Straight edge. Drink the good stuff. You know what I mean? I don't smoke that shit. But I digress. All right. So after that, so Darby beats Wheeler Utah in a pretty decent match, 3 out of 5 stars. Then afterwards, out from the crowd comes the Blade. He comes up behind Orange Cassidy. Boom! Knocks him right out with the brass knucks once again for like a 3rd week in a row. And yeah, Orange Cassidy's got a match coming up. Can he against the Blade? Can he win? We'll see. And that's all I gotta say about that. That's that. All right. Then we see a member of New Japan Pro Wrestling, part of the Bullet Club in Japan, the Elite Bullet Club in Japan, or the Bullet Club Japan. Too sweet for the love of God. His name is Hikuleo, or Hikuleo, whatever they want to say. It's Hikuleo, a big guy. I think they just got him in the Bullet Club. No, I haven't followed New Japan lately. Besides that last event, which I did see, where it was just chaos in the last show we had. But then leading up to a big show in Tokyo, I think it's this weekend. Got me some good shit. Yeah, so a member of Bullet Club Japan is in the crowd, Hikuleo, and we find out later that he will face the winner of the Texas Death Match between Jon Moxley and Lance Archer for the IWGP United States title this coming Wednesday at Fight for the Fallen. So that's going to be awesome. So the Forbidden Door continues to open. Now we got New Japan guys coming over to Impact. Well, basically the Impact now. We saw Jay White is on is actually on It's going to be on. I don't know if he's on now, but probably at the end of the show. He's going to be at the Impact Zone. He's going to be on Impact tonight to, I guess, talk about what happened after Slammiversary mysteriously went off the air, and he's in the ring with Kenny. Did they throw him up, or did he beat the crap out of Kenny and the Good Brothers and maybe Don Callis? We don't know. The show went off the air. We don't know what happened. But I think they're going to have like exclusive coverage or exclusive video of what happened after Slammiversary went off the air. But I mean, you could have looked that up on YouTube. It is what it is. But yeah, but Jay White is in Impact now. He's going to defend the never openweight title against Dave Finlay of Finjuice, who came back at Slammiversary, along with No Way Jose and Thunder Rosa and Mickey James and Chelsea Green. Slammiversary wasn't that bad. Still. Sammy Callahan had a hellacious, brutal, no disqualification match for the Impact World title. Kenny won, obviously. I mean, they went through barbed wire chairs and Kenny won, the celebrating, and then Jay White comes out and about to throw it up. We don't know what happened, but they're going to show us on Impact tonight. I would love to see Jay White and Kenny go at it again, like it did back in Japan a few years ago when Kenny had the IWGP United States title, the first one to win it, and then I think it was at New Year's Dash or later in January of 2017 or 18, I think it was. Jay White beat him for the title and he held it for a little bit, and I think Jay White lost it to Moxley. Yeah, Moxley lost to Archer, and Archer lost to Moxley, and then we have what came last night. That's it. So we'll see what happens to that. But New Japan, Impact have a nice agreement again, and now New Japan and AEW now. it is what it is. So we had Yuji Nagata about a month or so ago taking on Moxley for the IWGP United States title. Now we got Ikudio, and who else can they get from New Japan at this point? You never know. Maybe they'll get Fyter and Abe Miho. But I don't think they get two hot pieces of you. Why? I would love to, as much as I would love to see him in AEW. That would be. It'd be on my. I digress. All right, we move on from there. So we see Ikudio in the crowd. So he will take on Moxley or Archer next week for the IWGP United States title. And that's pretty much all about that. All right. After that, we get the match number 4 for the AEW Women's Championship. We got the Native Beast, Nyla Rose, who comes out with, "Excuse me," Vicky Guerrero. She comes out, and she's taking on the AEW Women's Champion, our good friend, say it with me now, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, baby. And that's all I got to say about that. So she comes out, all goes off. Then we see Rebel. She doesn't. She comes out. She limps out. I'm like, what are you doing there? She comes out, knees all bandaged up. She's on a crutch, can barely walk. I'm like, what are you doing there? I guess you want your other knee to explode, don't you? So now you're being in a freaking wheelchair. Anyway, the match was, it wasn't great, but still pretty decent match. Pretty decent match for what it's worth. They lock up, Nyla with a go behind. Britt tries to break the hold as Vicky's screaming, "Excuse me!" And Britt escapes, drops some knees to the arm of Nyla. Britt goes behind, kicks Nyla in the face while still working on the arm. But Nyla's able to get on her knees, stand up with Britt on her back. They go in the corner to break the hold. Britt goes to run and tries for an arm drag. That's not going to work. Britt then rolls her up with a 1920 schoolgirl for a near fall. Then she covers her for a near fall. Goes up the ropes. Nyla catches her. She lifts and presses Britt down with a military press. As Britt goes down hard. Then Nyla with a senton splash. Then she does some ground and pound on Britt's. As we go to commercial, we come back. He continues to have control over Britt. She has her bent across the knee. I like that. Tosses Britt over her head. Then she hits a cannonball in the corner. Well, she goes for it. Britt sidestepped it. She hits a sling blade. But Nyla lifts her up, hits the ropes. Britt with a backslide. Surprisingly. Nyla doesn't quite roll out at 2. This is up. I think that's on Botchmania. Yeah, the crowd's like, "Botch!" It is what it is. Britt tries for a DDT. She gets it, covers for a near fall. And then Britt goes to the ropes. She talks to Rebel. Rebel gives her the good old-fashioned glove. That weird-looking black-pink glove. She must have got that from Sue Young. I don't know. She turns and looks to use the glove, but Nyla gets up. She grabs her by the neck, goes for the choke slam, but Britt with another 1920 roll up for a near fall. Then she tries to lock in the lockjaw, but Nyla gets out of it. Then she picks up Britt. She hits the Death Valley driver. Then she locks the head of Britt, hangs her over the top rope. Ow. Then she goes to the top rope, hits that King Kong Bundy knee. As Rebel tries to head over, but she limps over, but she's too late. So she hits the King Kong knee drop to Britt over the ropes. Goes for the cover, gets a near fall out of that. Then she goes for the Beast Bomb. But Britt counts with a DDT counter. Then she hits a super kick to the head. Then she hits another one for a near fall. But Nyla gets up, goozles her again, hits the choke slam for a near fall. And then Britt comes back with a crucifix bomb for a near fall. Then she hits the good old-fashioned curb stomp, which she probably learned from Seth Rollins. And then Nyla with her own curb stomp. Then she gets up, hits a right hand. Britt with one of her own. They go off the ropes, and Nyla hits a big-time forearm to Britt. Rebel then gets on the apron. I'm like, no. I was like, her legs, her other leg is gonna get blown out. She distracts the referee, and then she grabs the AEW title. Actually, Britt grabs the title, goes to hit Nyla. She waits. She tosses it, knocked out. She does a good old-fashioned 2006 version of Eddie Guerrero. She kind of digs at Vicky like, yeah. Remember when he slammed the chair down on the mat, then he threw it to Anderson and he fell down, and then the referee caught Mr. Anderson with the chair. He's like, "Did you hit him? Did you?" My son said, "No." And then Mr. Anderson gets disqualified, and Eddie wins his final match by disqualification. And then I think like a day or two later, he died. Oh, it sucks. So yeah, so Britt pays homage to Eddie, Latino heat. With she's about to hit Nyla hit the head with the belt, and then she waits, tosses it to Nyla, pretends to be knocked out, but Vicky holds on to the ref so she couldn't see what happened, and then Nyla tosses the belt back to Britt. Then she pretends to get hurt. Referee turns and he starts yelling at Britt. I was like, oh, please don't disqualify her for that. And then Britt's like, I didn't do it. No, I didn't do it. And then Nyla grabs her, hits the beast bomb. It looks like she was about to win the belt for the second time, but somehow Britt Baker kicked out at 2. But then she goes for another beast bomb. Britt escapes. She trips Nyla. Then she locks in the lockjaw. Had to wait a little bit, but finally gets the lockjaw in. And Nyla trying to get out of it, but then eventually she has to tap out. She goes like this, and then she had to tap out. The referee couldn't see that Nyla was going like this. It is what it is. But still, pretty decent match. 12-minute match. Kind of went too long, in my opinion, but it is what it is. But Britt Baker gets the win, retains the title. Obviously, she was not going to lose it. Right after winning it at Double or Nothing. So it is what it is. So she gets the win in her first defense. Match was all right. Gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And we'll see who's next for the Doctor. And we'll see what happens with that. I would think it'll probably be either might be Thunder Rosa again, or it could be Ty Conti, or maybe I'm thinking that All Out is going to be Jade Cargill. But we'll see what happens with that. We haven't seen Jade Cargill on TV in a while, so I think it's the last couple of weeks we haven't seen Jade on TV. So it sucks. It's what it is, and that's it. All right, so 3 out of 5 stars for that match, and we move on. All right, there we go to a segment from earlier in the day where we had a press conference with Tony Baloney presiding. We had FTR, Cash Wheeler, and Dax Hardwood, and LAX, Santana and Ortiz. So Dax says the 4 of them came from poverty, expects his opponents as wrestlers but not as men. So then Ortiz says, while FTR were off playing patty cake elsewhere, meaning WWE, they've been here since day 1 in AEW. They were just a pit stop on their way to get the AEW tag team belts. And then Santana gets up, grabs the mic, and kind of gave a pretty good speech. Takes a picture of his mother out of his jacket, and she said she had me at 15 or something like that. Then he takes another picture out of where they lived in a shithole in the Bronx. Isn't everywhere in the Bronx a shithole? But it is what it is. I mean, it's right near Yankee Stadium, another shithole. Just saying. Anyway, and then he takes another. I think it's like a freaking I don't know, it's a picture or it's like a something from the like a newspaper article. And he says it was his mom taking slumlords to court. Blah blah blah. So Dax says the only thing left to do July the 28th, which is at Fight for the Fallen. They show up and beat their behinds, and that's it. So that's gonna be it. That hypes up their match for Fight for the Fallen. FTR against LAX. Tully Blanchard will be at ringside, and I think Conan will be at ringside with Proud and Powerful, LAX, whatever you want to call it. And that was it. So pretty decent segment. Love Santana's little part in that whole thing was pretty good. Showing his like talking from the heart. You understand? It was a Macho Man saying, "Speaking from the heart, Macho Man Randy Savage." Something like that. It is what it is. All right. So we'll see what happens on Wednesday night with FTR and LAX, and that's it. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars, and that's that. All right, let me just check something real quick. All right, we're doing pretty good, say. All right, so we go to commercial. We come back. We have Tony Baloney in the ring this time. He's not he was at a press conference, and now he's live. So Tony Baloney's in the ring, and we hear the music of a good friend, Andrade El Idolo. And he comes out with his, wherever that guy is. I don't even know what he's holding. It's like some guy. I think it's like his interpreter or his like lawyer or something like that. Who is this guy? But he's holding something. I don't know if it's a contract or what it is. But anyway, he gets in the ring, and Tony's about to talk, and Andrade's like, "Give me the mic." He's like, "Tony, ese, tranquilo," which means calm yourself. Another guy who says tranquilo. Don't. Besides Andrade, you know where that guy got it from? Mr. Naito. Tranquilo. Tranquilo. Nick knows what tranquilo means. And it's not tranquilizers. But anyway, yeah, that's what I like to tell my haters. Tranquilo. But I'd rather tell them to adios, amigo. You know what I mean? Pendejo. That's it. So anyway, Andrade takes the mic. And he says, before we start, he has a big surprise for everyone. I'm like, ooh, I wonder what this surprise could be. Could it be Charlotte Flair? Could it be Los Ingobernables coming W? So he doesn't announce it. So he goes over to Tony, whispers in his ear. I think him and his guy, whatever that guy is, he talks to Tony, whispers in his ear. Tony's like, "What? He's here? What? I'm like, what's going on?" So Tony introduces Andrade's new executive consultant, and it is Chavo. Yes, Chavo Guerrero Jr. is now all elite. So he comes out to a nice, decent pop from the Dallas crowd. The Guerreros did live in Texas for a little bit. So he gets some love. Gets on the mic, he says, "This is the place to be." He said when he walked backstage, he couldn't believe at all the talent. Pretty good talent there, huh, Chavo? Better than WWE. Anyway, he says, "What a great time to be a wrestling fan. It'd be even better when Punk and Bryan Danielson come to AEW. Danielson's already there. Just gotta get Punk, and it'll be even better." That's all I gotta say about that. He says, "What a time to be a wrestling fan." He says, well, with all due respect to everyone backstage, he doesn't see anyone that has as much talent as Andrade. So Andrade's about to talk, but then we hear the music of the Death Triangle, and they're all back. All three of them. We have Pac, we have Penta Zero, miedo. And we have Rey Fenix back from injury. So they're all back. They're a big unit again. I guess Pac somehow, Tony Khan must have somehow, coerced, the people at the FTA, the whole restrictions thing with this fucking virus. So somehow, Pac got out of England, and now he decided to go to Texas. So they're back in full force with Alex Abrahantes with them as well. So basically, Pac says that the Death Triangle hides from no one. And then Andrade starts talking in Spanish to Rey Fenix. He says he's good, but with Andrade, he could be even better. Andrade says he's elite. He's a superstar. See that? And then Chop understands Spanish, so I'll translate for you. He says they are all talented. Everyone knows it, but when he looks at their waist, not shiny enough. I mean, no belts. But it should be, though. And in order to change that, you have to listen to Andrade. So Andrade tells both the Lucha Bros, Pentagon and Phoenix, asks him a question. He says, why do you have to work for Pac? He says, you should be working for me. Well, basically says, now you work for me. Blah, blah, blah. So then Pac gets on the mic. He says, I'm not sure what planet you're on. He says, Pentagon and Phoenix don't work for you. Don't work for you. We're a team. We're a family. We're a brotherhood. And then Phoenix tells Andrade, we are family. And they are the real face of the Latinos. Then Pentagon talks in Spanish, and we have to hear from Alex Abrahantes, but we don't know Spanish. He says, Penta says, why would they want to join a group with Andrade when he's not even on their level? Ouch. So then all Death Triangle rush the ring. So Andrade's like, tranquilo, chill. He says everyone works for Andrade. And he's like, just take a look. And then all the referees come out to stop Death Triangle and some security, which basically gave the impression that maybe the referees do work for Andrade. I don't know. It is what it is. It felt like I was watching Lucha Libre in this segment from Triple A or something like that. Not the greatest segment. Nice to see Chavo. I thought he retired. I guess not. Yeah, Chavo was there. He signed I think a 2 or 3 year deal with AEW to be with Andrade. Blah blah blah. Got a little bit of a pop, not much. But still, I mean, way too much Spanish. Nothing wrong with that, but still. Still, we had to have Chavo and Alex Abrahantes, translate for us because we don't know it. That's it. It wasn't the greatest segment in the world, but it looks like, we're going to see Andrade one-on-one with each member of Death Triangle. We'll see after that, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pentagon and Phoenix turn their backs on Pac and join up with Andrade, and then Andrade makes up Los Ingobernables de AEW. Well, his version of the Death Triangle. That's that. So we'll see what happens with that. But Rey Fenix is back. That's great. And they have some good kick-ass matches with Andrade. I think Andrade and Pentagon can put on a great match, and maybe Andrade and Pac. But we'll see what happens next week and in the weeks to come. So I gave that segment 3 out of 5 stars. It wasn't great still. Still was awesome in itself. That's all I got to say about that. All right, then we go to the back where we have QT Marshall. We have Aaron Solo and Nick Camarado, otherwise known as Captain Man. So they're with Alex Marvez. So Alex feels kind of nervous. And QT's like, why are you so nervous? I didn't disrespect you like you disrespected Mr. Tony Baloney last week, pouring whatever his coffee or Aristole's coffee was protein shake over Tony Baloney's hair and his suit. So basically, QT says that it's like, oh, you expect me to apologize to Tony? So it's like, okay, Tony's gonna get his apology next week. Oh, I can only imagine when that's gonna be. It is what it is. Maybe QT will beat the living crap out of Tony Baloney. You know? Put him on the shelf for a couple weeks, so then it'll just be Jim Ross Albert, Tony Khan, got my, you watch my shit. You knew I'm on Twitter and Instagram. You follow me. Give the man a call. I'm waiting in the wings, my friend. Me and Joe Cronin, we're waiting. We are ready. We want to be all elite, my friends. We want to be all elite. Me and Joe Cronin. We'll fly down to Daly's place, or we'll just go to whatever arena you want us to. We'll do a tryout. Maybe we'll do Elevation or Dark with with Excalibur and the Big Slow. As long as I don't have to sit next to Taz, on Dark, I'll be fine. Taz is a Met fan. I'll be like, Red Hook, brother. I used to be in Brooklyn too, brother. How's Red Hook, brother? Shut up, brother. But me, Taz, and Excalibur. Ugh. I don't want to listen to Taz just go off on a rambling, or just ramble. I'll just like call the action, goddammit. Big time super kick. Call the action, call it like it is, goddammit. Not have some jabroni like Vince McMahon in my ear. Ever call them out? Tell a story or you're fired. Like, I'm not telling stories. I don't have to call people superstars. Just call them the way it is. Big time suplex by the Young Bucks. Me and Joe, we got it, baby. We are good at what we do. And if you don't like it, fuck you. So yeah. So get on the horn, go to Tony Khan's Twitter page, go to his Instagram, and just go in his DMs and tell him this guy, tell him Peter Gilmore, wants to work for him. And I think Tony Khan will give me that contract, and I will be all elite. That's it. Just gotta take all my shit and just move somewhere. I'll move to Daly's place. I'll be outside. I'll find a room in the Jacksonville Jaguars locker room or something like that. Or maybe find a place right near Daly's place, or I'll just move to Orlando or whatever, Fort Lauderdale, whatever. Or just move to Florida and just hang out, and then be on the road for not that many days. I'll just I'll just go to the show, and whatever show I'm on Impact, I'm on not Impact, on Elevation, I'm on Dark, I'm on Rampage, I could be even on Dynamite. Do the show, hang out with the boys and the girls after the show, after party, and then get up on Thursday and go right back down to Florida for a couple of days. Get myself situated and what I have to do, and then whenever I have to go to the next city, I'm there. All expenses paid, baby. Mr. VIP, traveling the country and the world. That's all I got to say about that. So, Tony, give me a call, hit me up, or slide into my DMs, if you know what I mean. Not like that, but hit me up with a DM there, Tony Khan. I'm ready. That's it. All right, so we'll see what happens next week with QT Marshall and Tony Baloney next week. And I hope QT whips his ass. That's it. They're going to be looking for a new commentator after next week. But move on. All right, match number 5. We have the Blade versus Orange Cassidy. Give me a hug. We had the lovely Allie, the bunny, at ringside, doing her best in this moment impersonation. It is what it is. I'm just going to paraphrase this for a little bit. I don't want to go too long. Kind of went back and forth for a little bit. There was a point in the match where the Blade goes to the corner. He's favoring his knee. The bunny goes to check on his knee. Tells Orange Cassidy to get back. Referee has to back up Orange Cassidy. The Blade stands up and he's playing possum, and he's just starts beating the crap out of Orange, kicks him in the face, locks the head, goes for a move, but see his Stun Dog Millionaire goes to the apron. Blade with a chop on the top rope, pulls the leg out from Cassidy. Blade locks the hips and a gut wrench in and a powerbomb onto the turnbuckle out. As we go to commercial, we come back. Blade still in control. And then Orange goes to the top, flies for the crossbody, hits the ropes, and spins with a DDT for a near fall. Allie gets on the apron, causes a distraction. Then our resident alien, Chris Statlander, is there to pull the bunny down. Blade gets behind her, Orange with a suicide dive, but he hits Chris Statlander. Ouch. Bunny tries to distract Orange, sends Blade into her. Ooh, that's not good. So the bunny drops her bunny ears. Orange Cassidy gets up, grabs the legs. Blade attacks the back, sends Orange into the ring. Gets on the apron, then he gets in the ring. Orange rolls away. Again, spins for another DDT, but Blade catches him, locks the head, and hits him. Front suplex and a huge clothesline by Mr. Blade. Then he picks up OC, hits Just Incredible, that spinning pound driver for a near fall. Then another gut wrench, and Orange hits some rights, tries for a beach break, but his back's hurting too much. Blade with a kick, but OC comes back with beach break. And he's going completely nuts, like he's selling like crazy. Goes for cover, 1, 2, and no! And then we see Brass Knucks get tossed in the ring as the referee was distracted. Blade goes for the Knucks, but Orange goes for Orange Punch. The Blade ducks. Then he hits Orange Punch. I don't know if he hit it with the Knucks or just by itself. But he hits Orange Punch. 1, 2, 3. Orange Cassidy gets the win. Match is all right. Give it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. After the match, Orange grabs the Knucks, puts them on, and he hits Orange Punch to the Blade one more time, this time with the Knucks, knocking the Blade out. Then he takes the Knuckles. He takes the Knucks before leaving the ringside area. And that's pretty much it. That's it. All right. That's that. So, like I said, 2.5 out of 5 stars for that match. All right, then we go backstage with Alex Marvez. We see him in the locker room of Chris Jericho, and Jericho's got his he's got a jacket on with spikes. So I don't know what that's about. This is back to the camera. So Alex Marvez talks about labor number 2 for Jericho next week in the no disqualification match with Nick freaking Gage. So Jericho says if MJF is going to bring in freaking Gage, then next week he will bring in the most violent and demented version of himself to face Nick Gage. And he says it'll be Nick Gage. Then he turns around and we see him in his Painmaker gimmick. And that's it. He said, you're going to get the Painmaker. So next week in the no disqualification match in labor number 2 for Jericho. Jericho as the Painmaker, probably the Painmaker theme, will take on Nick freaking Gage in a no disqualification match. And I hope it's a death match. Mike Two's glass, fire, barbed wire, Anything that's not knocked down in that arena, that's gonna be it. I hope it's the. Well, it's not gonna be the main event, but because the 10-man elimination, I think it's gonna be the main event. It is what it is, but I would love for it to open it. Obviously. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. So we'll see what happens next week with Gage and Jericho. No disqualification. We'll see what happens with that. All right. Let's finish this up because I got mean old poopy again. All right. Then we go to the main event, match number 6 for the IWGP United States title in a Texas death match. We had Lance Archer, who as always, comes out with Jake Roberts. He comes out, gets in the ring, and then Moxley comes out from the crowd, as always. Match was barbaric. Just barbaric and brutal. Moxley's on the attack, grabs a kendo stick, starts beating up Archer in the back, the leg, then the back again. Archer's not even feeling it. And he grabs Moxley, hits a right forearm. They go back and forth. Then they go into the crowd. They go up the steps, go at each other with forearms. Archer shakes it off, turns, and John flies with a knee. And then Archer grabs a fan. Why not? Throws him into Moxley. That was kind of funny. I don't know if that was a plant or an actual fan. Not a fan like that fan. No, like a regular, a local schmuck from Dallas. It is what it is. That fan probably had best 5 seconds of his life. Anyway, Archer grabs John, sends him into the ring. Gets in, clothesline to Moxley, sends him back to the outside. He goes off the ropes, dives right into a big right hand from Moxley. Archer then grabs John, puts him on his shoulder, and then we see the cement is exposed at ringside. The mats have all been removed. Well, most of the mats have been all removed. But Moxley reverses. Then he hits the paradigm shift to Archer on the exposed concrete. Ow. Moxley goes in the ring by submission or knockout. So it's basically a last man standing match with submission, if you will. And then we see Jake Roberts going over to help. Archer is busted wide open. A crimson mask. So John then has a fork in his hand. Just stabbing him in the goddamn forehead. Even further busting him wide open. Then we go to break, and both dudes are out. Referees counting them. Archer punched a trash can into Moxley's head, and they go back and forth a little bit. Moxley, with right hands to the chin, and one to the face, tells Archer he ain't shit. Then bites him in his bloody forehead. Okay. No, I guess you don't have a fear of getting AIDS there, Mr. Moxley. What is? Archer with a clothesline. Then whipcord, but Moxley locks him behind. Hits a German, but Archer with a big boot. Then a spinning slam. Moxley gets up. Archer smacks him with a trash can. And then Archer sets up 2 chairs. Archer with a right hand. Sets Moxley up on the corner. He lifts. Moxley drops down, hits a low blow to Archer's nutsack. But Archer turns the chairs back to back. Then he choke slams Moxley onto the edges of the chair. Like, ow. Moxley gets up at 8. Moxley open at this point as well. Archer kicks him into the corner. He runs, clothesline from Mox. Then he hits the paradigm shift, and then the referee starts counting. Archer gets up at 4. He's like, "Oh, yeah, choking like a man." And then Moxley with the fork again. He runs at Archer, starts stabbing Archer over and over and over and over again, like a madman. He leaves the ring. He grabs a barbed wire board from under the ring, sets that up on 2 tables that were outside. So it's another one. Sets that up. So we get a double table with double barbed wire boards on it. So someone's gonna go through that. Gets on the apron. He tried. I think he was trying to hit the paradigm shift off the apron into the barbed wire. But Archer got the fork and he starts stabbing freaking Moxley over and over and over again. The fans are going completely nuts. Then he goozles Moxley, choke slams him through the barbed wire, and that's it. Referee counts him out as Moxley busted wide open in a bunch of barbed wire. That's it. Archer wins the match, and he is the new IWGP United States Champion for a second time. And that's it. This match was barbaric and brutal, as a good buddy Vampiro used to say. Match was awesome. I gave it 3.5 stars. That was it. Afterwards, as we end the show, Archer celebrates with the title, and then we see Hikuleo on the apron. He gets the ring, and dude is like, these two guys are like 6'7", 6'8", 6'10", maybe, I don't know. But Hikuleo looks bigger than him. He almost looks 7 feet. These two big men, big hogs, if you will. They stare each other down, and that's it. Archer holds the belt up. Hikuleo looks at it. He's like, "I got you next week, dude." That's it. And that ends a pretty damn freaking show from AEW. Another good show. Like I said, 1.1 in the ratings last night. We had the debut of Nick freaking Gage, and we had the debut of Chavo Guerrero. And there's going to be more to come, as Tony Khan says. He's got tricks up his sleeve. So the next month or so, the next five I would say, probably the next 5-6 weeks are going to be very, very, very interesting. Who could appear? Who could be appearing? Who could be coming to AEW? Could be Braun Strowman. Could we see Danielson in the next 5-6 weeks? Could we see Punk in the next 5-6 weeks on Dynamite? Or could we see Tessa Blanchard or AJ Lee? So, pretty good time to be a wrestling fan. And it's going to be a great summer for AEW. And I think All Out will be the show of the summer. I think. I really don't know. As for right now, SummerSlam doesn't even look that great. With Oberg and Lashley, Cena and Roman. That's it as of right now. Maybe Bianca and Sasha Banks for the SmackDown Women's title. On the Raw side, it could be, I don't know, it might be either Charlotte and Becky, or they do a triple threat with Nikki Ashhole. It is what it is. Cardi B is going to be at SummerSlam. They're going to be in Vegas. It's going to be on a Saturday night. You know, it's going to be a big week for the WWE. You know, Raw is going to be on that Monday, and then SmackDown, I think, is in Phoenix on that Friday night, right? The night before SummerSlam. Then SummerSlam in Las Vegas on the 21st of August, and then the next night, August 22nd, is NXT TakeOver 36, which is looking to be a big show. Already got the spoilers out for this Tuesday's NXT because they taped it last night. I don't know why, but I guess they wanted to get these two tapings out of the way because it was on Sci-Fi. I don't know. But anyway, couple of spoilers, if you will. So if you want to not hear the spoilers, earmuffs. If you want to hear it, I'll give you 3 seconds. Did I say 3 seconds? 3, 2, 1. All right. If you didn't leave the video, you're going to hear the spoilers for this Tuesday night on Sci-Fi for NXT, and what will lead to NXT TakeOver 36. All right. So one of the big things that happened on NXT was Samoa Joe comes out and he resigns as the enforcer for Mr. Regal and comes out with a contract. And he's like, I want Cross at TakeOver 36 for the NXT world title. So he signs the contract. Regal's like, okay, you got it. So all we need now is Cross's signature. So that match is likely to happen at TakeOver 36, and I think you know who's going to win. Joe's going to be Cross. Cross is going to go to the main roster and continue to lose to Jeff Hardy. Obviously. And then Joe just go through everybody. Adam Cole, Pete Dunne, anybody on that damn roster. It is what it is. Also coming out of those tapings was something big for the ladies. There's two more things. Second one is Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai. They've been best friends for basically their whole time in NXT. But it looks like, and I called it, by the way, that Dakota Kai turned on Raquel Gonzalez, beat her up. And that match might be made for TakeOver 36. Dakota Kai versus Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship. So they broke them up. So now Dakota Kai is a heel. And Raquel is going to get some revenge. And we'll see. I don't think Dakota's going to beat her. I would be surprised. But I just don't think that it's going to be Dakota Kai to beat Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship. I just don't see it. If it's anybody, I would think it would probably be Io. But who knows at this point. Also, a third match. This is the second match. That women's match is not confirmed yet, but I would not be surprised if they put that match on the women's match between Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez on TakeOver. So that'd be probably match number 2. And then today on NXT UK, we heard from William Regal, a good buddy, The Game, Triple H, and the birthday boy, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. So happy birthday to HBK. He's 700 years old. It is what it is. But they announced that now remember the whole thing with Walter getting hurt, and he was supposed to take on Ilya Dragunov for the NXT UK Championship on NXT UK TV, I believe. But since they had an altercation and Walter hurt his hand, they took Walter off TV. We didn't know if the match was going to happen. Well, Hunter and company, Hunter, Sean, and Mr. Regal, they announced that at NXT TakeOver 36 on August the 22nd, which is a month from now, it will be Walter defending the NXT UK Championship, all 900 and some odd days as champ. He will take on Ilya Dragunov at TakeOver. And that's going to be a big-time match. Will Ilya win the belt and end Walter's reign, 900 some odd day reign as champ? Or will Walter continue on and do his best Nick Aldis impersonation? We'll see. Nick Aldis is over 1,000 days as NWA champ. 1,000. Good Lord. All he's got to do is go another 200. No, wait. 365, that's 730. Plus 365, that's 11. Yeah, he has to go another 100 and some odd days as champ. It's another couple months. He'll be a 3-year champ. Lord. The longest champion in the modern history right now is Nick Aldis and Walter. Nobody else has held the belt, well, besides Moxley, who held the IWGP US Championship for 565 days. Those two guys are the top guys who've held the belt the longest. Nick Aldis at over 1,000, and Mr. Walter just about 900 and change. I don't know, and one of those guys is going to lose those belts. I think Walter will lose his belt to Ilya Dragunov, then go to the main roster and beat people up, then probably get the golden shovel from Vince. It is what it is. As far as Nick Aldis goes, I don't think he'll ever lose that belt. He just doesn't want to be irrelevant. So he'll probably be a 3-year champ, and then I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen with Nick Aldis at this point. I really want him to lose the belt. I don't care to who. I don't care if it was the Pope. I don't care if it was Chris Masters. I don't even care if it's JTG at this point, or Aaron Stevens. Somebody's going to beat Nick Aldis. Somebody. We just don't know who. That's all I got to say about that. So we'll see. And that's it. All right. So that's it for my video. Thank you all for watching. So Fyter Fest Night 2 was came from losing my voice. Fyter Fest Night 2 was a pretty good show, and I gave it a solid 8 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you motherfuckers thought of the show in a comment down below, or hit me up via social media, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Let me know your thoughts. And that's pretty much all I gotta say about that. All right. Before we end up, as always, we're gonna finish up with the chat and Nick, and that's it. We had about three people watching, and then went from 3 down to 0, back up to 3. It is what it is. If they watch for a little bit, it's fine. You know, probably trolls, but it is what it is. You know, they didn't feel like coming in and just getting embarrassed. It is what it is. All right. So Nick says Thomas the Tank Engine, that train. Oh, the train show thing. Yeah. Just laughing. Thomas the Tank, that was past your time. What do you mean, past my time? You saying I'm old? I am old. I'm an old tried city. I remember Thomas the Tank. I remember a lot of things back in the day, like He-Man and She-Ra and Thundercats. Ho! GoBots and Voltron, Defender of the Universe. You know, Bugs Bunny Tweety Show, and all the good stuff now. But back in my day, we had cartoons on Saturday mornings, and we liked it. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z Kai and all that good stuff. Now, if you want to watch cartoons, go to the Cartoon Network. If you want to watch Saturday morning cartoons. Or go to Channel 13 from Monday to Friday. During the morning, they have like different cartoons, like Sesame Street and shit like that. Now, back in my day, we had good cartoons. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? Flintstones. You name it, we had it. Garfield, you know, Felix the Cat, all that good shit. So, Thomas the Tank's not past my time. So I won't say I'm old. Damn it. Anyway, Nick says, it was a show I remember back in the day, but seeing that WWE is PG, that crossover will happen and the fans will be taking massive on it. You mean, Thomas the Tank? I guess I have no idea what you're talking about. It is what it is. Anyway, you can tell me off air, whatever. They crapped on Scooby-Doo, the Jetsons, and the Flintstones. What other childhood shows could they ruin? What else is new? Like, basically everything got ruined right now. Bugs Bunny, Tweety Bird, Sylvester the Cat, Daffy Duck, Porky Pig. Everything. That's why Space Jam 2 sucked. It is what it is, and that's all I got to say about that. Yeah. And we move on. Okay. Yes, I still find those movies disrespectful to Hanna-Barbera. Yeah. Yep. Yip, 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 yip. I got the yips. Yip. Don't mind my random rambling. I was at the bar. Did you get drunk? You always say you're always at the bar on Thursdays. Gonna hang out with you. Go to the bar. Not that I'm gonna drink, but just a gentleman's day at the bar. You got any female bartenders there? I'm just kidding. Anyway, okay, Nick's final comments. I'm saying WWE will cross over with any children's show, probably. They do have a superhero gimmick. It is what it is. But WWE will suck and will continue to suck. And as our good buddy Shane Douglas used to say, it sucked then and it sucks now. And it will continue to suck. That's it. Yeah, Nick was at the bar. Because he is the bar. That's all I got to say about that. All right. Hopefully you're coming down from your time at the bar. So hopefully you're not too drunk there, Nick. I just got an upset tummy, and that's it. Anyway, that's it. All right. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to Nick, as always, for coming in, and whoever else watched and left a like, left a dislike. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the free views. Couldn't have done it without you. Love you all. Love you a long time. And that's all I gotta say about that. So thank you all for watching. Once again, 8 out of 10 stars for AEW Fyter Fest 2. And that's it. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown. We'll see what happens with our good buddy, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, and John Cena. We'll see what happens with that. They might have an altercation and stuff since Cena called Roman an a-hole. I think Roman will have something to say about that. Probably have something with Edge and with Edge Stain and Seth Rollins. And also we got Carmella and Bianca Belair. She's Bianca Belair. She plays her hair. That's not even her hair. She's Bianca Belair. Bianca will defend the SmackDown title again against Bianca Belair. And nobody will give a flying you-know-what. But maybe Sasha will return. Yeah. We'll see. I don't think she will. Even though SmackDown's in Cleveland tomorrow. But people saying that SmackDown's in 2 places tomorrow, I don't know. Make up your goddamn minds, WWE. Where is SmackDown tomorrow night? I'm still thinking it's in Cleveland, but they're saying it's in Cleveland and Miami. I still think it's in Cleveland, but it is what it is, and that's all I got to say about that. So SmackDown tomorrow, and then we got the weekend, and that's all I got to say about that. Pretty big weekend. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna mention anything else. And then next week we start the last week of July. We got Monday Night Raw from whatever shithole they'll be in on Monday. Then NXT on Tuesday on Sci-Fi. That's taped. We already know the results. I already told you most of it. That, and then we got on Wednesday night we got Fight for the Fallen from Charlotte, North Carolina for AEW. That'll be a big shoe. And then next Friday we got SmackDown to end the month of July. And then we start August. And gonna be a big month of August and September as we close out the summer. And that's that. So enjoy it while you can. And as always, I'll try to be here as best I can, give you all the news, the analysis, and all that good shit. And if you don't like it, well, too bad. All right, final stuff from Nick. Nick says, but I am not like that other lush. Ooh, I know what you're talking about. Only a little bit. Oh, you didn't get too drunk. Okay. I am not like that other drunk fool who chose you. Huh. Well, he doesn't really troll me. He just mentioned my name a couple of times. But still, he's a pill-popping, steroid-using, drunk alcoholic. But it is what it is. All right, so that's it. Thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore signing off on this Thursday night at around 9:45 at night. Yeah, probably got to take the rest of the night off. Probably have some late night dinner. Maybe watch a movie. And just do my regular shite. But the Mets are not playing tonight. Yankees are playing the Red Sox in Boston. 4-game series for the weekend. Hopefully, the Red Sox whip that candy ass. That's that. Braves and the Phillies got a 4-game series coming up. I hope they both split. It is what it is. I think it's in Atlanta, and it's supposed to rain in Atlanta, I think, most of the weekend. Oh, boy, you're not going to get those games in. That sucks. So a lot of doubleheaders coming up for the Braves and the Phillies probably coming up. Braves got a 5-game series coming up with the Mets next week. Oy. Mets got Toronto this weekend. I don't even know who's pitching tomorrow. But DeGrom's on his way back. The GOAT. He's coming back soon. Lindor might be coming back next weekend. Now we got the trade deadline coming up in a week from tomorrow. So we'll see what the Mets are, players, sellers, or whatever they're going to do. And that's all I got to say about that. So we'll see what the weekend brings, and that's all I got to say about that. So thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore. Thank you to Nick, as always, for coming in. And I'll see you next time, Nick. That's it. All right, so thank you all for watching. Once again, 8 out of 10 stars for Fyter Fest 2. And we'll see what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown. That's it. So thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gilmore saying rock on and rock hard. And if you're not down with that, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. That's it. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I'll see you next time. Peace.